Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Core GT3 Road to Rio Challenge. We are here for the final round at beautiful Interlagos here tonight, and the guys have just wrapped up qualifying. We'll now get started for our 20-minute sprint race here this evening. Going over the starting order, starting on pole is going to be Nick Nickerson there, current points leader heading into tonight. Carl Handwerk will start second. Mark Thomas will start third. Mason Smith starting fourth. Christopher Hamilton in fifth. Adam Jones in sixth. Starting seventh, we have Kevin Foster in eighth. Nick Brown starting ninth. Thaddeus Marshall in 10th. We have Jimmy Covert starting 11th. John Nobinger starting 12th. Derek Sherman starting 13th. We have Matthew Goering in 14th. Dane Simpson starting 15th. Paul Butler. And then finally there, starting 16th, will be John Crane here this evening. And real quick, before they get started here, we'll just go over the point standings as they head into the final round this evening at Interlagos. Mason Smith, I'm sorry, I did have that backwards. He's actually our points leader currently, with Nick Nickerson there in second. Carl Handwerk in third. Adam Jones in fourth. Chris Hamilton in fifth. Mark Thomas in sixth. Kevin Foster seventh. Nick Brown eighth. Matt Goering in ninth, with Jimmy Covert there wrapping up your top 10 in the points here this evening. Be interesting to see the battle there in the mid-pack for those final few positions there in the top 10. Points battle is tight. Looks like Mason Smith here tonight pretty much has it wrapped up. And it'll also be interesting here. It's our second race here in the season that they will race in the dark, as you can see. Makes it ever more challenging here once they get spread out with the limited visibility here on a very tough track here to master at Interlagos. It's got a lot of tricky sections here, a lot of tricky braking points, which can be really difficult here with the limited visibility. So it'll be interesting to see how the drivers fare tonight once we get started here in this 20-minute sprint race. And also, it's the last race of the season, so how aggressive will these guys get? I expect some good racing here this evening, as Nick Nickerson there is going to lead us down to the start of the race here with our new format here about midway through the season. They will be single file here all the way down to turn one. No overtaking allowed until they get through turn one, and then they are free to overtake. See the safety car there about ready to pull off here as they round the final corner down this very long straight here, and then we'll get started there. Nick Nickerson going to lead us down to the line. Carl Handwerk there in second with his teammate Mark Thomas in third. Mason Smith, points leader there in fourth, and Chris Hamilton in fifth. As the green flag does drop here, we are underway for our 20-minute sprint race here this evening. Top two get a great start there as they head out front. You can see barely a car length separates them as they head down into turn one. And just going back through the field here, looks like everybody made it through very cleanly here. That is what we like to see. Out front here though, Carl Handwerk, he's already going to make a move for the lead here down the inside. It was a late move, but it looks like it's going to pay off here as he does make it around Nickerson there. Moves up into the race lead, and really aggressive off the start here. We'll see if his teammate there, Mark Thomas, chooses to do the same. Oh, and we've got major trouble here for the top three, as it looks like all three involved there. Handwerk. Looks like he might have got the most damage out of that. We'll just check in on Nick Nickerson here. Don't see any damage to his cars. Check out Mark Thomas, but that was a very bad incident there. And let's go back and check that out 1 second. Oh, and looks like handwork there just got loose and lost the car, went up into Nickerson there, and Mark Thomas was just trying to avoid it. And that's what caused that incident there. Meanwhile, up front here, Mason Smith has now taken the race lead with all that incident happening there on the first lap. Christopher Hamilton there moves it into second. Kevin Foster there in third, with Nick Brown moving up into fourth. And then Thaddeus Marshall, last night's Core Premier Series winner, currently running in the top 5 there in fifth. See Nick Brown here getting racy on Kevin Foster, looking to take away that third position. Thought about taking to the outside there as they head down into the final corner. And single groove there through that corner. So as they head through turn 13 and 14 up this long, well, we call it a straightaway, but most of it you spin turning here. But it is wide open down through turns 14 and 15 here onto the front straight. See Thaddeus Marshall there starting to close in on Nick Brown within 0.2 of a second here as they head through turn 6 and 7. Ooh, and just saw a mistake there out of Matthew Goering as he ran wide. He was trying to make a move there for 8th on Derek Sherman, but couldn't get it done there. Got hung out wide and had to give up that attack. Oh, we've got another car going around. That's going to be Jimmy Covert there. And he did not get into the wall there, but he does have to yield there for the rest of the field to come through. He's going to rejoin there in 12th position. Still see this battle right here for third. Nick Brown still chasing down Kevin Foster, the Ferrari driver, right up ahead. 0.4 of a second here separate them as they head down through turn 3, down into the heavy braking zone here into turn 4. It looks like Nick Brown is much later on the brakes here than Kevin Foster, driving a little more aggressively, making up a ton of time in the braking zones. We'll see if he can make a move here. Even though this track looks wide and fast, it's very difficult to pass here. Not a lot of passing opportunities. He's going to try down the inside here. Looks like he is going to complete that pass and move up into third. So Foster will move back to 4th there. See Matthew Goering about ready to make another move here on Derek Sherman as he looks to the inside in the final corner. Is he going to give him the room? He does. But he's going to shut the door there. Goering is going to have to try again. See the battle for the race lead right here. This is Chris Hamilton looking to the outside of Mason Smith here as they just went through turn 3 here It's going to be a drag race down the straight into the braking zone here. Turn 4, Mason Smith's going to have the preferred line. So it looks like he's going to keep that position there. And looks like Dane Simpson here has been involved in an incident. Let's go back to the replay here and see what that was about. This is heading down into turn 4. Very easy to lose the rear of the car here, and that is exactly what happens as he just loops it around there. He is able to get going again. He rejoins there in 13th. Meanwhile, Handwork here currently in 7th. Looks like he's about ready to make a move on Nick Nickerson here for that 6th place position as they drag race down the front straight here. Handwork's going to have the inside as they go down into turn 1. And he is going to complete that pass here. We'll see if Nickerson can get a run here down through turn 3. Maybe go to the inside here. It looks like Handwork's going to play defensively and force Nickerson to the outside here as they head down towards turn 4 here into the heavy braking zone. And great driving there by Carl Handwork as he moves up into 6. Looks like he's going to hold that position here. Not a lot of passing opportunities through the remainder of the track here. Oh, and Handwork's going to run wide there. That's going to allow Nickerson back by. So an unusual mistake there out of Carl Handwork through the final corner. And here we're seeing the battle for 11th. This again is Thaddeus Marshall, last night's Core Premier Series winner, chasing down 11th place Derek Sherman here. Ooh, and you can see Mark Thomas come out of the pits there. Looked like he got in the way there of Derek Sherman, and that may cost him the position here. Thaddeus Marshall has the outside going down into turn 6 and 7 here, and it's going to be a fight here too wide as they head down into turn 8. Looks like Sherman's going to be able to hold Marshall off there, but what a great battle there as they ran too wide. Ooh, and you could see Marshall there run it in a little hot into the final corner there. That's going to compromise his exit. So it looks like Derek Sherman here is going to remain in 11th here for the remainder of the lap. And also looks like Handwork has made it back by Nickerson here. And also looks like John Nobinger here has had an issue. Let's go back and check the replay. This is heading down into turn 1 all by himself here. Just going to carry a little too much speed down through there and lose the rear of the car. A little less than 8 minutes remaining here in the 20-lap sprint race this evening. After the sprint race, we'll do a full invert as usual. Looks like Paul Butler here has had an issue. We're going to have to back it up just a little bit further than that. Well, it looks like he had a prior incident there down into turn 3. Was just trying to get it back on the track. And ended up spinning it back around again. Meanwhile, the battle for the race lead here starting to heat up again. Mason Smith currently out front in front of Christopher Hamilton. Hamilton has gotten the gap down to 0.4 of a second here. It was up to, I believe at the peak, 1 second gap. So Hamilton here starting to pick up the pace a little bit as we head into the final 6.5 minutes here of the 20-minute sprint race. Just taking a look at the lap times here, last 5 laps, looks like Smith has been quicker, just barely by a few hundredths of a second, but that lap alone there that we just completed, Hamilton was 0.6 of a second quicker. So it looks like Smith might have had a mistake there in that previous lap, and now the pressure is on here as we enter the final 5 minutes. Meanwhile here, Kevin Foster's now caught back up to Nick Brown here. This is your battle for third. Looks like Derek Sherman here has been involved in an incident. Let's check the replay here as they head down into turn 4. Oh, and he just had his right rear tire in the grass when he got on the brakes there. Just caused that car to loop around. Fortunately, kept it out of trouble there as he did have 2 cars close to him. And then we've got another incident to go take a look at here. Looks like this is going to be Matthew Goring here. Oh, and he's going to get collected there. I'm not sure who that was by. That looks like it was Adam Jones. Yes, it was Adam Jones here. Let's see it from his replay here on his onboard. Just way too late on the brakes there, and I think that is our first victim here of the night racing tonight. As you can see, very difficult to judge the braking zones here with the limited visibility. Meanwhile, the battle up front here, 0.7 of a second separate the top two here. Mason Smith still out front, holding off Christopher Hamilton here as we head into the final couple of laps here. Just looking at the lap times there, last 2 laps, Mason Smith there has been quicker with that last lap, 0.4 of a second quicker. Ooh, and looks like Kevin Foster here has had an issue. He was battling for third. Let's go back and take a look here. This is down into turn 1. Ooh, just heading through turn 2 there. He took too much curb and lost the car. See the flagman waving their white flag this time around, so Mason Smith only has one more lap here to hold off Christopher Hamilton, and he will take home the sprint race win here. .7 of a second is that gap here as they head down the long straight down into the braking zone of turn 4, down to 0.6 of a second here. Into turn 4, doesn't look like Hamilton quite has the pace here to catch up with Mason Smith here in the second half of this sprint race. Meanwhile, Nick Nickerson here battling it out with Handwork for third. And we saw these two tango on the opening lap here. Just a few more corners here for Mason Smith. And they are going to cross the line here. Mason Smith is going to take home the sprint race win with Christopher Hamilton coming home in second. Carl Handwork here looks to be about just a few tenths of a second in front of Nick Nickerson. So Handwork here is going to take third, Nickerson fourth. See Kevin Foster here and Nick Brown with a great battle here. 0.2 of a second separate them. It's going to be a drag race down the front stretch, but it looks like Foster here is just going to beat Nick Brown to the line. So Foster takes 5th, Nick Brown takes 6th. See Jimmy Covert here going to cross the line in 7th. Thaddeus Marshall is next here as he rounds the last corner there. He'll take 8th place here this evening. Derek Sherman just a little further back here is going to take 9th. With John Nobinger here going to round out the top 10 this evening. All right, the guys are now getting grid up here for the 60-minute endurance feature here. And let's go over the starting order for this evening. Dane Simpson here is going to start on pole with Paul Butler in second, Mark Thomas in third, Matthew Goering in fourth, Adam Jones starting fifth. John Crane will start sixth, Derek Sherman in seventh, John Nobinger starting eighth, Thaddeus Marshall in ninth, Jimmy Covert in 10th, Nick Brown in 11th. Starting 12th, we have Kevin Foster. In 13th, we have Nick Nickerson. Starting 14th, Carl Handwerk. In 15th, we have Christopher Hamilton. And then finally their sprint race winner, all the way back in the back there, 16th. And current points leader here, Mason Smith, will round out the starting grid here for the final race in Season 1 here of the Core GT3 Series. Pace car here is just rounding the final corner. It's going to dive off. Paul Butler here is going to lead us down to the start of the 60-minute feature here. Mark Thomas will start second. Matthew Goering there in third.
Green flag, green flag.
And the green flag is out, and we are underway here. Paul Butler there with a nice start. And reminder of the format, they have to stay single file all the way down into turn one. No passing or overtaking allowed before they make it through turn one. Looks like everybody gonna make it through nice and clean here. See Adam Jones here gonna already make a move here on Matthew Goering. That's for third. You can see Mark Thomas there. Oh, Paul Butler's gonna lose it right in front of the field there. And gonna take out Adam Jones and Mark Thomas with him. And just an unfortunate mistake there, taking out a couple fast drivers. But out front here, Matthew Goering is gonna be your race leader with John Crane in second, John Nobinger there in third. Oh, and he's having a little trouble as well. Got multiple cars here. Looks like Thaddeus Marshall there involved as well. So it looks like currently John Crane here is going to be our race leader with Matthew Goering there fighting him on the inside. So it looks like Goering is going to take the race lead there. John Crane in second. Jimmy Covert here in third. He's got Nick Brown right behind him here in fourth. A little bit further back here, we got a great battle. This is for fifth. You've got Nick Nickerson putting the pressure on Carl Handwerk here. Let's go on board Nick Brown here as he chases down third place Jimmy Covert. You can see that line Carl Handwerk there takes through turn 12. He goes really wide in the braking zone there to get a really early apex, and you can see just how well it works as the rest of the turns here down toward the front straight here all wide open. Getting a good exit is key, and he does make the pass there on Brown. Oh, Matthew Goering there in trouble. It looks like John Crane might have made contact with him there. Let's go back and check the replay. This is down into turn 1. Yes, and that is what happened there. John Crane just a little too late on the brakes there, gets into the back of Matthew Goering. That is going to put Jimmy Covert here out front in the race lead, but he's got Carl Handwerk right behind him here. You can see Nick Brown getting his elbows out here with these Mercedes drivers there as he tries to defend that fourth place position there. He did a great job. I thought Mason Smith was going to get by him there, but Nick Brown with the crossover is able to hold him off there and move back up into fourth. Looks like Hamilton there is going to complete the pass on Brown and move up into fourth. Next, Mason Smith here is going to try again. We saw him get to the inside down into turn 1, but then ran wide. Meanwhile, up front here, Carl Handwerk has made it by Jimmy Covert there, so Handwerk is your new race leader. Covert falls back to second with Nick Nickerson there in third. See Mason Smith here go up the inside. Oh, they're going to touch there. And that looks like it's going to be disastrous there for Smith. Just saw Smith there move up a place there as he made a pass on Adam Jones. That's for 8th. Next person here to take a stab at Nick Brown looks like it's going to be Kevin Foster here in the Ferrari. You can see here from the onboard just how much quicker here Nick Nickerson in the Mercedes is compared to Jimmy Covert, second place driver there through the slower sections of the track. But pay attention to what happens here on the straight. And it looks like Covert may be running a lower downforce setup here, as he should have plenty of top end speed here as they head down the front straight. And yes, that is going to be the case there, as Nickerson is no chance there down the front straight there, out drag racing that McLaren there with a low downforce setup. His only chance to pass him is going to be in these slower sections of the track. See Nickerson get a great run there through turn 12. We'll see with the other Mercedes driver there, Chris Hamilton behind him with a little drafting help. Can they get by Covert here? Going to try to outbrake him down into turn 1. See Christopher Hamilton there is going to make it by into third there as Covert gave up the position there in the final corner. Meanwhile, Mason Smith there is going to make a pass on Matthew Goring there for 7th. Saw Hamilton there take a look up the inside down into turn 4. Wasn't quite able to make the move, but it looks like Nickerson here has backed off considerably on his pace. Could be saving a bit of fuel here for fuel strategy here this evening. And again here, Hamilton's going to take a look up the inside down into turn 4. Looks like he's going to be just far enough ahead there to make the pass and take away second there from Nick Nickerson. And we can see second place Hamilton there is going to head down pit road this time. Didn't quite make it to the halfway mark here this evening, so we can almost guarantee he is on a 2-stop strategy here tonight. Only driver so far, the first driver to come down pit road so far. Meanwhile, out front, Carl Handwerk continues to run away with it here. He has built up a 7-second lead over second place Nick Nickerson, and is still setting some pretty decent lap times here. Best lap time of the race is a 1:32.7, and Handwerk just set that last time by a 1:33.3, only 5/10 slower than the fastest lap. So Handwerk still has plenty of pace left in that car here. I can imagine he's going to try to hopefully make it to that 30-minute mark to make it a one-stop strategy here. And if he can do that while maintaining this pace, that is going to be something extraordinary here. We see there Mason Smith's going to move back up into 4th as Kevin Foster there letting him by. Next we see Hamilton here, who has come out of pit road. Oh, we just had one go around. That was going to be John Crane. But Hamilton just came out of pit road here. He is now looking to move up into 8th here if he can get around Adam Jones. And he is going to do so there. So Chris Hamilton there moving back up into 8th. A great battle here for 6th. This looks like Covert here making a move on Matthew Goring. So Jimmy Covert there is going to move up into 6th. We just saw Matthew Goring there take down pit road for his scheduled stop here, just shy of the halfway mark. That time by Mason Smith there set the quickest lap of the race with a 1:32.5. So he has definitely turned the heat up here in the final part of this stint. See Nick Brown there, going to head down pit road this time by, so that's going to allow Smith here up into third. As we're just a little over halfway through the 60-minute feature here, we should expect some takers down pit road here from these top three. And looks like Handwork here, our race leader, is going to head down pit road this time. We'll see if Nick Nickerson here follows suit. He does not, so he's going to run it long here, stay out one more lap. So Nickerson will move up into the race lead here. Mason Smith, he is going to head down pit road this time. Fourth place, Kevin Foster, also going to head down pit road. Next car back is Chris Hamilton. He came down pit road at about the 20-minute mark here on a two-stop strategy. So, of course, he's going to stay out here. So Hamilton here after the pit cycle is going to move back up into third. Handwork here coming out in second. Of course, Nick Nickerson has not pitted yet. See if Nick heads down pit road this time. It looks like he is. It's going to be close here. You know, Handwork should make it by Nick, but Christopher Hamilton's the one we're going to watch here, as he's only 5.8 seconds behind Handwork, and I believe the gap between Nickerson and Handwork was a little bit larger than that before Handwork came down pit road. So it is going to be interesting here. Hamilton should make it by, but remember, he has to pit again. And Hamilton does make it by there. He moves up into second. Just pulled up the lap times here. Chris Hamilton in second ran a little over 1 second slower that last time by than third place driver Nick Nickerson. So Nick is chasing him down here very quickly. Gap is only 1.7 seconds now. You see Adam Jones here putting the pressure on Jimmy Covert. This is going to be your battle for 7th. And you can see there, Hamilton is not going to fight with Nick Nickerson there, so he lets him by. So Nickerson's going to move up into second. Hamilton drops back to third. They are on different pit strategies here tonight, so I think Hamilton didn't want to waste any time there. While Covert here is going to try to move up the inside on Matthew Goring for 8th place. And we just saw Mason Smith there come down pit road for his second stop of the evening. We thought he might have been on a one-stop strategy there, but he did come down pit road, so that's going to allow Hamilton to back by. You see Mason Smith here starting to catch up with third place driver Christopher Hamilton. It's going to be your battle for third here as we approach 10 minutes remaining. Oh, and we see a bit of a mistake there out of Mason Smith down through turn 2. And it looks like that is going to take him out of the running here for that final podium position. But just looking at the points here, I don't think he has anything to worry about here tonight. He does take home the championship for season 1 here, but I'm sure he would have loved to get up on the podium here for the final race. Just an unfortunate mistake there. Meanwhile, we've been keeping our eye on this gap here between Carl Handwerk in second place and Nick Nickerson. It is shrinking by about 2/10 a lap here, but we are approaching here the last 5 minutes of the race. And with 4.6 seconds the gap there, I don't think he's going to have enough time unless he's got a ton of pace here that he can pick up here on these last couple of laps. can see the gap now down to 2.2 seconds here as we enter the final couple of laps. As Carl Henwick here is going to cross the line, and he is actually going to get the white flag this time by, so he has one more lap here to hold off Nick Nickerson, who is 2 seconds behind. And you can see it's going to come down to the wire there as Handwork has to deal with lap traffic. Meanwhile, Nickerson's right behind him there. 1.6 seconds is the gap. Oh, and Handwork's going to make a mistake there going through the final corner. That is going to allow Nick Nickerson by there at the last minute. So Nick is going to steal the win here with a last corner mistake there from Handwork. So Handwork is going to cross the line here in second. And Chris Hamilton here is going to come across in third here momentarily. See Mason Smith there is going to cross the line in fourth. Kevin Foster here crosses the line, takes home fifth, with Nick Brown in sixth. Covert there is going to cross the line in seventh. Matthew Goring takes eighth, with John Nobinger ninth, and Derek Sherman round out the top 10 here this evening. Bringing up the official results here, Nick Nickerson takes home the race win. Carl Handwork in second. Christopher Hamilton takes third. Mason Smith in fourth. Kevin Foster in fifth. Nick Brown in sixth. Jimmy Covert seventh. Matthew Goring in eighth. John Nobinger ninth, with Derek Sherman taking home 10th. John Crane in 11th. Adam Jones takes 12th. Thaddeus Marshall in 13th. Mark Thomas in 14th. Paul Butler takes 15th. And Dane Simpson there will take the final spot there in 16th. All right, now let's get a word with the top three here this evening. We have Chris Hamilton up in the broadcast booth with us. Hey, Chris, it's Kevin. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, congratulations on a great run here this evening. Taking home that third place here, final podium position. Tough, looked like a tough race out there with the limited visibility here in Interlagos being a difficult track, especially with the braking zones here. Saw quite a few drivers, experienced drivers, making mistakes all night long. So got to ask you, how'd the race come to you here this evening, and what did you find most difficult?
The visibility, definitely. You're pretty much relying on your headlights the whole time, and it just got dark at the last 5 minutes of the race. So both races were pitch black and trying to catch some braking points and whatnot. But overall, it wasn't too bad.
We saw you took to a two-stop strategy here for the race here. Most everyone else in the top 10 went with a one-stop. Did you think that was going to be the winning strategy here tonight, or did you just use up a little too much fuel that first stint?
I definitely miscalculated. Yeah, had I known it would have been a one-stop race, then I would have done one stop. Based on my predictions, I thought it was gonna be better to do a two-stop race. I know it's been rough a little bit, but I do enjoy every single paint that you do for me. I know you're watching. Thank you. Thanks for Carl for putting this on, and thank you for the broadcast.
Absolutely. Well, again, congratulations on the strong podium finish here for the final round in Season 1 of the GT3 series. It's been a blast here, and hopefully we'll see you back next season.
Yeah, I gotta do some scheduling, so I'm not sure about it yet, but if I can, I will.
Absolutely. Well, take care there, Chris. That'll do it for our third place driver, Chris Hamilton. Now let's get a word with our second place driver this evening. We've got Carl Handwerk in the booth with us. Hey, Carl, it's Kevin. You got a copy?
I got you, buddy.
Hey, man. First of all, we'll get to that last lap in a minute. Let's talk about the rest of the race. You dominated here, got out front early, worked your way up through the field, and you were really setting the pace here tonight on a very difficult track. It looked like you had the strategy nailed down as well. One-stop strategy. We saw some drivers try a two-stopper, but didn't look like it worked out for them. But what did you find the most difficult thing here this evening? Was it the visibility?
No. Honestly, the same thing that happened on the final lap. Lap traffic killed my lead, and then it ended up killing my race on the last lap there. So that was really the tough part. I mean, throughout the race, me and Mark, my teammate, kind of had it down that all through the infield section we were running fuel map 2, and then for the fast section we were running full out fuel map 4. So that helped us save the fuel that we needed, and we were good to go. If it was when I came to the white flag, I was getting a little sketchy because if it had to go 2 laps instead of 1, it was gonna be close. But once I seen the white flag, I thought I was good to go, and I was. But yeah, things happen.
Absolutely. Well, you still had a strong finish here this evening, taking home second here, and overall a great season here. We had action every round here in the Core GT3 series, so I think it's one heck of a way to wrap it up here, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, all these guys run really well. I mean, there's Nick and Mason, kind of shine brightest throughout the whole season. So it was a pleasure running with them, and being up to speed with them on some of the tracks. And there were some tracks you couldn't, plain and simple. But yeah, I mean, we had everything. We had races where guys just pulled away. We had races where fuel strategy came into play. We had races where some of the top guys wrecked out. So yeah, it's anything and everything. So even though this season just ended, I'm already looking forward to season 2.
Absolutely. Well, while you're here, anybody you need to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, all these guys, I can't thank them enough for everything that they do to help out and make this fun every week in whatever series we're doing, whether it's Premier or GT3 or fun leagues, whatever. It's a blast running with these guys, and we look forward to a week in and week out. Joka Graphics for hopping on board this season and putting the 2 paint schemes out there for our team. That was awesome. Obviously you for broadcasting every race this season. That was great, and definitely look forward to working with you next season.
Absolutely. Well, again, congratulations there on the second place finish here tonight, and overall a great season 1 here in the Core GT3 Road to Rio Challenge series. Heck of a way to end the season, and with that, we'll send you off, and hopefully we'll be chatting with you in Victory Lane a lot in season 2.
Sounds good, buddy.
All right, that's going to do it there for our second place driver, Carl Handwerk. Now let's get a word with the man of the hour. We've got Nick Nickerson up here, race winner in the booth. Hey, Nick, it's Kevin. You got a copy?
How's it going, man?
Hey, doing well, but I think you're doing even better here tonight. Just a very interesting race all around here. I think running here in the dark with the limited visibility, we saw a lot of chaos, especially on the opening lap. But you held your own. You made your way through the field there and put yourself in position for the very last lap there, coming to the final corner. Really putting the pressure on Carl there and forced him into a mistake, and you capitalized on it. So congratulations there on that victory. But just walk us through your race here this evening, and what did you find the most difficult?
Yeah, man. I just been so far off with the setup. I just couldn't find anything that made me feel comfortable like every other tracks. Maybe it's just the elevation change, like the turn one, whatnot. It's just I never felt like I was in the zone, so to speak. And so I was running map one that whole first half to see how far I can get with fuel. So I fell back quite a few seconds from Carl. Carl was just a bullet right off the gate. He had a really good setup for this race, and made my first pit, turned it back to map 3, and I just started trying to punch out qualifying laps, but I just kept making mistake after mistake, which kept nullifying all the gains I was making from running faster. I'm surprised I even got as close as I did, and this is Carl's race to win. I feel it kind of sucks that incident happens, whether being behind lap traffic gave him dirty air, just got him off rhythm. I mean, this was his race, but hey, man, I'll take one. At the end of the season,
Absolutely. Heck of a way to end the season here with a good race victory. And also, congratulations to your teammate there taking home the season championship, Mason Smith.
Yeah, man, he did a phenomenal job all season long. I got to say, he did better than I did. He was able to keep a cooler head in traffic than I ever could. We did a good job on setups for the most part. iRacing really threw us a curveball by changing the cars middle of after the first or second race. All of the previous setups you can find out there were all are garbage when iRacing updated. And but yeah, man, it was just an awesome season. I'm glad we did 1 and 2 in the standings, and we also got first place in the team. Can't ask for anything more, honestly.
Absolutely. Well, while you're here, anybody you need to give a shout out to?
Man, just everybody that participates in this league, and Carl for putting it on. He does he puts a lot of effort into a core racing league, and it definitely shows. And Kevin, man, I got to thank you for the broadcast. Do an awesome job.
Absolutely. Well, again, congratulations here on the victory here tonight. Congratulations to your team for the championship, and as well your teammate there taking on the season championship. You guys dominated here this season, and I'm excited to see what you guys can do here in season 2.
Yeah, me too, man.
All right, well, take care there, Nick. That'll do it for our race winner here this evening, Nick Nickerson, and that is going to wrap up the season here of the Core GT3 Road to Rio Challenge. It's been an awesome season 1 here. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. It's been action-packed racing all season long, and I'm sure the details will come out soon here, a race schedule for season 2. And just look up coreracingleague.com there. That's their website. They'll post the schedule, and hopefully we'll be back next season for some more great action.